Hey guys, what is up? It is your boy, Dennis Nicholson here today, here to give you the new season of the Outcast podcast. It is now podcast season 3. I know a lot of you are been waiting for it, and I can't imagine the patience that you guys had to go through. But I am the lone wolf today. I am basically pretty much doing the podcast solo. But I do got some things to talk about. Don't worry. It's not like I'm gonna be born and being like, like, yeah, guys don't know what to talk about. But I do know what to talk about. So I think a lot of you are wondering, okay, where is everyone? Why is that no? Why is the none of the other members are here? Um, Bryce is really being piled with some work at school. I mean, it could be because he's about to graduate early. He's about to actually graduate in January, while we graduate in July. So shout out for Bryce. He might be able to do a lot more Outcast videos since he's graduating early. He's planning to immediately go into college, which is okay. But I hope college isn't too bad for him. I think he was going to have a lot more breaks and a lot more availability to do stuff. So I'm just pretty excited. Sorry, my mouse is, as if you don't know, my Dennis Nicholson channel, that I broke my mouse touchpad, like my mouse pad on my computer. So that's broken now. So I would have to now use a wireless or wired mouse. Yeah, not fun at all. But yeah, so Bryce is dealing with a lot of like schoolwork. I'm dealing with some schoolwork. It's not like overbearing schoolwork. Most of the stuff I get it done in class, but like there's like 2 assignments or 3 maybe I'll have to get done after school. But usually I'll get that done after I get all like the podcast and video stuff done. So yeah, like that stuff will get done when that stuff will get done. So, with that being said, that's pretty much for, Bryce. Alex, I don't know. I tried to call Alex today to see if he could join the podcast. Didn't answer my phone call, so I can't really speak on Alex's end. He could be busy too. He did show us that one picture of his like flipping stack of homework. His stack of homework was like 8 to 9 pages. I don't know what those 8 to 9 pages are of. It could be that those pages could be simply like small mathematical problems, or they could be a test sentence for a student. I cannot honestly tell you because I honestly don't know. But yeah, Joey, the disaster he is. I adore Joey. Like, Joey, if you're watching this, man, I adore you. But you are a disaster in so many levels. Joey lacerated his finger. So that's one of the main reasons why Joey ain't here tonight. Rest in peace, Joey's finger. He lacerated it. So he literally asked me. He's like, could I still maybe train with a lacerated, even with my lacerated finger? I said, it'll be painful, but yeah, probably. I mean, he said, thanks for the advice. I'm like, why would you ask me advice for that? It's like, I'm in my mind like, why are you asking your homeboy for advice like that? I would tell you, go the F home. Like, if you lacerate your finger, man, like, bandage that stuff up and, like, give it, like, an ice bag for a day. I don't know, man. Joey's something else, dude. Joey's literally, to me, a walking disaster. I hope for the best. He not only broke his toe in August, but I think he re-broke it in like September, and now in October, literally the first day in October, he literally lacerated his finger. Like, what's next? Is he gonna like tear his ACL and like? Oh, I swear, if he has any leg injury in November, like in November, I, as his assistant worker, I'm going to declare him ineligible to do anything. Heck, I will even say to him for him to not even walk and get out of his bed, because every time I hear Joey say I broke something, I'm like, oh God, Joey, how do you do it this time? Like, it's like Joey somehow finds a way to hurt himself. Even if he doesn't even try, he figures a way to hurt himself. So, with that being said, I got some random topics. I have a random topics generator right here. So, I'm going to talk about these random like questions. These aren't like questions from you guys, but these are like some random questions that could be conversation starters. Would you eat food that fell on the floor? I mean, I've done it before, but like, it depends on the food. Like, if it's like, and depend what the floor. Like, if it's like my own floor that I, is clean and all that, I'll probably, But some of the times, like most of the time, I throw it out because I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, no, rest in peace. but like, bro, like if it's like I'm dying and I'm straining, then yeah, I'm gonna flip and eat that pizza roll that I've dropped on the floor. So yeah, I'm gonna eat it. Like, it's really depending. Sometimes I will, sometimes I won't. What is the biggest physical challenge that you have faced? The biggest physical challenge? Physical. I would always say, because I think every person can relate to this. This is just for any student like went to high school. Sorry, wanted to drink. But the pacer, I never liked the pacer. I was never good with cardio. I like, you see, I had probably the bestest calves in that goddamn class, bro. Like my calves were elite. Like I have some nice sexy calves, but I don't have cardio for crap. Like my cardio is absolutely garbage. So like I got like decent scores. Like I got like for one, like I got like 40, 45, like, which isn't in certain aspects passing, but like, I was okay for what it's worth. The pacer, I think, would say it was a biggest physical challenge for me. But like I think a better example instead of the pacer. I would remember. I would definitely say my 8th grade year. Especially for tryouts. But not even just tryouts. I think every Friday was a football player's favorite day because we don't do these drills in any other day of the week. But when it comes up to Friday, oh boy, it's something called hit-its. Anyway, if you don't know what hit-its are basically when you're in place, you're like kind of doing what the coach likes to say, choppy feet, meaning that you're kind of running in place, but you're not moving. And then you bounce, hit your chest on the ground, you get back up and you go back in place of just jogging in place. And you do that every time the coach says, hit it. Like every time the coach says, hit it, you do that. If the coach doesn't say hit it and you do it, I don't think we like fully restart, but I think we have to continue for like another like couple minutes. I think that's the big thing. I think it's about like he really wanted to really enforce toughness as the endurance to be able to physically beat the other team, which is smart. Obviously I was a backup, so I wasn't particularly the greatest player. I only played in the entire season of me being in middle school. I only played 3 games. I played 1 game in scrimmage. We have something before like the regular season. We have something called scrimmage. We have like 2 scrimmage games. I played the second scrimmage game. I don't think I did great that game. I will say the game I did against Plaza and the game I did against the corporate landing, I think I did solid. I played what was that? Sorry, I'm blanking. I played D end. I pretty much played like more left end than I played right end. I think the reason why I think I played left end is because I don't know why I played D end. To be honest, I was like literally skinny. I don't know why I played D end. To be honest, I should have been like probably. To be honest, I probably should have been safety, like because safeties aren't particularly fast, but they're good at like coverage and good at certain things. I think I should have just been a safety. I should have been like a second down safety. I should have been kind of like a sub-in player. I think that could have been a better role for me. But they put me where they needed to put me. They put me as like I was second string DN and I was a third string tight end. So me being a third string tight end, yeah, didn't play commonly at tight end. But I played a lot more defense than I played offense. So I played a little bit of some defense. In corporate landing, and I still remember this play, clear as day. No, I don't want to watch Halloween. I'm good. But after I'm done with this podcast, we're switching rooms. Okay. Okay. All right. Got it. Sorry. Okay. All right. I got it, Matthew. All right. Sorry. My brother was interrupting talking about he wants to watch a horror movie. I'm not in the mood for a horror movie. Not horror movie mood. But yeah, I pretty much like this kid is definitely smaller and shorter. He's probably this guy, to be honest, is probably like a sixth grader, dude. I was an eighth grader, and he was probably a sixth grader, man. He was probably fresh in the middle school football league. Oh boy, did I just knock that kid off his. I probably knocked him to the next week, man. I probably feel so bad for his parents because I bet they looked at that and they're like, did you just see that man, poor man, what he did to our son? I flat out pancaked him. Like, I'm not saying like I stripped the ball or anything. I just flat out just schwa. Like, I just flat out put this kid on his back. To be honest, they probably could have called a penalty on me for unnecessary roughness, man. Because, to be honest, bro, that kid didn't deserve that. He didn't deserve what I gave him, man. But I think we were losing, so I was frustrated. So I was like, I have to make a play. So when they had the run, I read that thing. I ran in and I exploded it. So yeah, man. So I just want, I'll get, I think that's the one play I'll give myself, man. But coach was really disappointed. And it wasn't that, he was more disappointed we weren't able to go to the championship. But he was happy that we actually really did good that year. That was actually the only team in 2 seasons that actually had a successful record and made it to the playoffs. I will say that was a good team. That was a really good team. I really did good that year academically. Like I had some good academic grades. So that was a pretty big year for me. So yeah, feel pretty happy. Feel pretty good. It was weird. 8th grade year, I played football. And I didn't play a down of high school football. I might see if I could do college football. Maybe get back into the rhythm of it. I might be a backup player. Like, to be honest, I don't think I'll ever see myself in a starting role. I mean, if I work hard enough, I might be. I might just be lucky, and you never know. I might be like able to get like a slot receiver role, a safety role. Like, I never know. I might be able to condition and be good enough. But to be honest, man, it's like, you could still try out for the football team if you don't have a scholarship, but it's a lot harder. It's a lot harder make the team if you don't have a scholarship. But if I go to that college, I think I have a shot. I think I have a chance. I think you have to just talk to the athletic programs there. Like, to be honest, if I can't do it, then I can't do it. But I'm gonna tell them. I'm just gonna be straight up with them. I'm like, bro, I only play I played 1 year of middle school football. I know I regret it of not playing high school football. I just want a shot. I don't care, to be honest, if I'm a backup or anything. To be honest, I want to do coaching because I thought I'm still gonna plan to do YouTube and all that. So like, don't think like, oh, Dennis is planning on quitting YouTube. That's not my indication. I want to see what I could do with the possibly coaching career, see how that works out. And if that doesn't work out, well, then I'm going to become a full-time YouTuber. I'm going to be a YouTuber some way. I might be part-time, full-time, depends. But yeah, that's like the biggest physical change. Those hit it. I've never forgotten those. 8th grade year, good year for me, by the way. I liked that year. If you were stuck on a desert island, who would you want to have with me? Ooh. That's a good question. Now, you got to strategically think. You're stuck on a desert island. You want someone that has experience to be able to escape that island. God damn it. I'm really trying to think about this one. I'm really trying to think. I to be honest, I don't know who I would want. I'm gonna skip that question. I really don't know. How did you get your name? Do you know the meaning of your name? I got my name from my great uncle Dennis. I was named after Dennis Patrick Dean. The meaning of my name, I think there's like a certain surname. Like, what's the meaning of Dennis? I think there was a certain meaning for it. Dennis meaning. Dennis means divine English originally. Yeah, he's the Dionysus, and Dionysus I think is the god of wine. Dionysus. Is that even how you spell it? No, it's Dionys. There he is. Dinos. Dinos. Yep, he's the god of fertility and wine. So, yeah. So my name means wine. Yeah, man. Love some of that hard wine, bro. I mean, it makes sense. I do have some German in me. And you know Germans love their wine. You cannot disgrace wine from Germany. And so, yeah, I got my name from my great uncle Dennis. And according to history and my name meaning, I think that could be like surname meaning, but like I do have ancestors that have my name as their surname. My ancestor Susanna Gal married a guy named John Dennis. I think that was his name. I have to look back, but she married someone that had a surname named Dennis. So the more you know. If you had to give yourself a new name, what name would you pick? To be honest, I wouldn't want to change my name, but if I had to, I don't know. I like the name Jonathan. I don't know. I like Jonathan for some reason. I think it's a cool name. I would like myself to be Jonathan. Because that's a name that's just, I think to me it sounds like it's common, but it isn't really to me. And I like to reuse names. I would like to. I would like my name to be Watson, because my great uncle's name was Walter Watson Nicholson. I love the name Watson. I think Watson Aaron Nicholson would be a cool name for me. I like that. I think that'd be a cool name. Yeah, Watson. Have you ever been in any YouTube videos? What do you think this is right now? I've been in like if we had to say collab wise, I've been in like one with my boy Alex. But I've been like, I have 45 videos on my, about to be actually 46 pretty soon on the Dennis Nicholson channel, and we have obviously we have about 20 I think on this channel. I'll have to relook, but we're around like 20 videos on this channel, so half of what my channel had. But that's because we've had an inconsistent upload schedule. So hey, come on, don't judge us for that. So yeah, I've been in a lot of YouTube videos. Would you rather be blind or be deaf? I'd rather be deaf. It's hard to not, I think there's ways around being deaf than there are being ways around being blind. I know being blind, I think it's a little harder than being deaf. Plus, I'm already pretty much deaf. Like I could barely, like those. You'll see me here say, "Huh? What?" Like, you mind to repeat that again? Like, because I can barely fucking hear sometimes people. If you had won $1 million playing the lottery, what would you do? I would give it to charity, to be honest. Like, some of it will obviously go back into my YouTube channel. I'll keep like 200, because you got to take consideration that $1 million is taxable. So you'll probably only have like 500,000 if you're lucky, or maybe even lower. So like a quarter of it will go to charity, and then the remaining will be spread out through other accounts. Some will go into my certificate deposit. Some of them will go straight to back into my future company for the YouTube channel. So if you only had one food to eat for the rest of your life, what would it be? I think luncheon meats, like sandwiches. I think I could live off that. Specifically Italian subs. Do I have any pets? Sadly, I do not, as quote unquote my mother said before. We're too expensive ourselves. My mother says, who's going to afford it? and that's the brutal reality of owning a pet. You have to take care of it. And if you don't have the financial stats to take care of it, then you should own a pet. That's just me. So we're like, so the reason why we don't have a pet is that we're not financially stable to have a pet. So that's one of the reasons why we don't have a pet. Do I plan to get a pet? Absolutely. I plan to get a pet when I go in the military. A dog, maybe. I don't know what dog type. I would specifically like a beagle, but if I can't get a beagle, then I'll settle with any dog breed. What weird food combinations do I like? I like peanut butter and jelly with waffles. That's something that I know you think of and you're like, that is disgusting. How do you like that? I don't know. I don't know how I like it. I like it. It tastes good. So actually, I'll just straight up have peanut butter with my waffles. I especially love when it's like buttermilk waffles with peanut butter. It's better than toast. Yeah, fight me on that one. Fight me on that one, comment section. How often do you use your phone? I've answered this in like a survey. I use my phone on average probably 3 hours, 3 to maybe 5 hours, which is it's like average. I don't use it. I don't use it a lot, but it's not like I don't use it at all. Like I have my phone right here, and I'll sometimes like during class, I'll like look at it for like probably a solid like minute or two. So like that calculates over time. So I think I can easily say I've been on my phone for like 30 minutes to an hour before. So it's not like too far fetched that I've like been on my phone for a long time. What is my favorite season? My favorite season, I like the spring. To me, to be honest, the spring is like I think a nice mixture of cool air and summer. It's a nice mixture of like I think fall and summer. I will admit that on certain aspects, allergies suck during that season, but I think it's a nice season. Besides the allergies, it's a good season. You get to see the flowers bloom. That's my favorite part. I love that season. What did you do last weekend? Last weekend, which would be Saturday, Sunday. So Sunday, I went to work. Worked from 9 to like 3:56. Got home, helped clean up the room a bit, and then after cleaning up the room, I then pretty much watched the Dallas Cowboys versus Seattle Seahawks game. Watched my Cowboys get defeated. Finished up certain things for school, and then I then after that Saturday I think was I don't remember too much Saturday. I didn't really do too much Saturday. I was just really tired. I was really drained. I think I took a nap. I think I just pretty much relaxed that whole day. Did my vlog, uploaded it late as usual. If you could choose your last meal, what would it be? On my last meal, bro, would be a Chick-fil-A sandwich. I know. I'm so great. I love chicken sandwich. It would have to be a chicken sandwich. I should be honest, I really don't care what place it would it be. I just want a chicken sandwich. What is your favorite words or phrases? My favorite words to use is I have certain phrases. I have certain words. I don't know. I'm gonna go to the next one. Describe your perfect first date. Okay. So here's tips from Mr. Nicholson. Don't have your first date be at your girlfriend's house. That was my first date with my ex-girlfriend. Yeah, that. I mean, it's great to meet the parents. Don't get me wrong. Like it's smart to meet the parents. All right, you know, bring the flowers for the mother because it's respectful. It earns respect. That's what my dad taught me. That's what he always did in Texas. So he planned on to do that. He said he knows best because he's from Texas and Texas mothers love flowers. I listened to my dad. The first birthday, man, it was so odd. There can't really be a perfect date because here's the reason, and this is the brutal reality of dating. When you go on a first date, you're gonna have factors to take in consideration. You have to meet the parents. And you're going to be nervous as crap. And don't you dare tell me you're not nervous as crap. Because to be honest, any person that meets a parent is going to be like, I would be nervous to have my girlfriend meet my parents. Like, what are they going to say? Like, let's be honest. Let's don't sit here and say that, like, oh, tennis, I will totally not be nervous. You're lying through your goddamn team if you're saying that. You would be 100% pissing your pants because it's like that's how I was on the first date. Like I was nervous, like because not only did I just meet her mother, I met her brother, I met her nieces and nephew, and then I met her. I'm not gonna go into it, but I met her dad, and it was scary. It was nerve wracking because I thought I was like, because fathers, their jobs are to protect their daughter, and they're very particular. Fun fact: her dad was pretty cool. I think her dad really liked me. I think he adored me. Great family. I don't have anything against my ex girlfriend or her family. To be honest, I'm kind of over it. I'm not really mad at her. I'm not saying I'll be friends with her. Like absolutely not. I do forgive her for a lot of things, but we just parted our ways. She's going doing her thing. I'm here doing my thing. So, describe the first perfect date. I just think, to be honest, the first perfect date is take the girl somewhere special. Like, take her to somewhere, like, take her bowling, take her to mini golf, take her to a restaurant. Don't try, like, I think personally, don't take her to a restaurant or movie theater. I think to me, that's the obvious ones. I would take her bowling. Or I would take her roller skating. I'll take her karaoke. I would take her escape room. Like, take her to stuff that like are different, like you have to think of, And obviously, yeah, that stuff's gonna cost a little bit more money, but it's gonna be more impactful. And I just think that's what you want to do. Is you want to make the first date. If you want to make it perfect, give your effort. Take her to somewhere that just like go like wow. Try not to be a jerk and try to beat your girlfriend in anything that you do. So don't try to beat her butt in mini golf. All right, be a fair player. All right, even though you're a pro all-American golf player, settle down, be a noob a bit. But nah, man, just be you too. And that's another thing. It's be you on the perfect day. All right, don't try to like change your personality. I think that's the problem. I wasn't me, like when I was dating her. I just was so awkward and self-conscious about everything that I just didn't choose to be me. So, and I was wasn't so much passive aggressive. I was so much defensive, which that's my personality. I'm sometimes very defensive on the smallest things. So if you ever see me being a little bit like defensive, don't worry. It's just my normal personality. I don't try to be arrogant about it, but it does come off as arrogant. So I wasn't trying to be on that first date defensive. What are some things that you should not say at a funeral? I don't want to say it, but I'm going to be like, man, this is a pretty goddamn good funeral. Ooh, good service. Good service. That'd be. I swear, if someone said that at a funeral, I would look at them dead in the eyes and say, "Go fucking out of here. Go fucking walk home." That's a thing that you shouldn't say. Another thing you shouldn't say, even if it's a bad person, yeah, that person deserved to die. Yeah, stuff like that. That's stuff that you shouldn't say at a funeral. I'm so sorry. Please don't. All right. Whatever I said, don't say at a funeral. It says things that you should not say. All right. Quote unquote, should not say. So please be smart, not dumb. Do you prefer to take baths or showers? Baths all the way. Fucking love baths. Especially, it feels so relaxing. It's the best feeling because, having hot water going on your back. I mean, a lot of people, I could understand the shower thing, but the worst part about doing showers is that when you're washing your hair and shampoo gets in your goddamn eyes. Fucking sucks. It sucks on so many levels. I hate it. I don't like it. Having flipping soap go in your eyes. God damn, man. What is the best thing about your gender? What's the best thing about being a male? I'm trying not to think the dirty version. You can fucking grow beards. I think fucking growing a beard is one of the fucking greatest things. Like, not have to worry about childbirth and periods. That's a big one. I think and a lot of people would ask like, Dennis, how do you know about periods? To be honest, I wasn't raised by my dad really, so I was raised by two females. Obviously, me saying that isn't a particularly thing that a male should be talking or saying about, but I've been raised by two females, and I've seen them on their witchy mood. That's what we call it in our household, witchy mood. So I don't say the P word. And guess who was the punching bag? This guy. Yeah, old Dennis was the punching bag because my dad was deployed. and there was no one else they could yell at. So I was the punching bag. Depressing times. Do you read reviews about movies before deciding whether to watch it? I do read. I don't look so much at the reviews itself. I do look at the score, and I don't let that kind of dictate if I should go see the movie. Like Skywalker. I think the rating on Skywalker. Come on, The Rise of Skywalker. I think it got too much hate. I can understand where it's coming from. I mean, I will say the movie was a little like it was just a little bit. It was a little bit long in the beginning, but I think it was a good movie. I think I liked it. I liked it fairly good. I think it just gets too much bashing. What do you like to do on a rainy day? I like to sit in and watch YouTube. And I love sometimes, like especially I even though I talked about it, I'm planning to get back into doing like at least 1 or 2 3 vlogs like a week where I'm at that goddamn bench because that is my vlog bench and I need to go back to my vlog bench. So expect the vlog bench to come back pretty soon. I will say that's another negative I didn't do. I didn't give you guys a vlog bench. Didn't record on my vlog bench. That's kind of a little cringe. Are you a giver or a taker? I love to give. I'm probably more of a giver than anything. Like the amount of money I've invested in this channel, man. We're not going to go into those number figures. What would your last words be? My last words would be, and this goes for anyone. Enjoy life at your fullest because life is just too short. That's something my mom always says to me. Is that do everything that you want to do to its fullest because life's just too short. And I think a lot of people say that line, but I just think that's a good line to anyone. Is that live life. Live life to the full potential that you have. And if you die tomorrow, you die tomorrow. If you die next week, you die next week. If you die in the next year, you die in the next year. Heck, if you die in the next 40 years, you die in the next 40 years. It's like it's really up to how you treat and work in your life. Are you a risk taker? What is the biggest risk that you've taken? I'm a moderate risk taker. I don't take too many risks. The biggest risk taking, I don't remember big risk takers because that's the thing. I'm not a big risk taker. How would your friends describe you? Pretty laid back, friendly, chill, kind of like a brother figure. I think that's the big thing. Is that I think the thing that you'll say is chill and nice. Like that's pretty much if you ask any of my friends. Like if you just ask for 2 words, they'll probably say chill and nice. I'm not anything like I'm not an extrovert or introvert. I'm a moderate guy. I'm a guy that will talk to you. I try not to be disrespectful to anybody. So if you ask my friends, they'll probably say that. All right. Sorry. What is your favorite meal of the day? I like lunch. I think lunch is because I don't eat breakfast and dinner. Yeah. What is your preferred method of contacting someone? Email, phone, or text? I like phone calls. I'll text if I have to, but I like to talk to people. I don't know. I've never been an email guy. I text. Like the only time I really like text a lot was with my ex-girlfriend. But I just don't like texting. To me, like I like to call. I like to call and say, hey, you want to do this, blah blah blah. You want to do that, blah blah blah. Hey man, are you available, blah blah blah. Like I like to call. I'm a call guy. Who is the most famous person you have met? I technically have met 3 famous people. Um, I've met Rick Roll. He's on the Rick Roll show. I think it's a big show on one of the big networks in local Virginia. Nick Cattles is on 94.1 at he's now at I think 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. So Nick Cattles was a very big guy. I've met him like 3 times. I met him like 3 separate times. And then Edward Phillips, which is my teacher, Mr. Phillips for VOTEC. He was a former. I don't know if I think he might be still a current owner of the comedy club in Charlottesville, North Carolina, which is one of the biggest comedy clubs there. And he had was it as a producer and a guy that has worked with many comedians such as Carrot Top, Rod White, Jerry Springer. He's worked with him. He's worked with a ton of people. He's worked a lot in the film industry. So, yeah, my teacher has a lot of track record. So, those are like the 3. Now, out of the 3, who's the most famous? Probably Mr. Phillips, to be honest. But I do count those other 2 people, Nick Cattles and Rick Roll, as pretty big because those are pretty big guys. I met Rick Roll when I was doing Cub Scouting. He actually mentioned us in one of his radio shows. It would probably be like from 3 years ago, to be honest. So it might be from so long ago. I don't even know when he probably did it. I know it was probably the fall of like 2017, 2016. It was around there. But Nick Cattles, I've met him 3 separate times. The first time I met him at the Eagle Nest, formerly on Virginia Beach Boulevard. I met him there. He was pretty cool. And then I met him a second time at the NFL draft of 2016. When that was the year we selected Byron Jones, which Byron Jones was a pretty good pick. And then the third time was last year. I met him when me and my dad decided to go and watch the Atlanta game. I think we went against the Atlanta Falcons, and we wanted to see that game at the Eagle Nest because it wasn't televised. And then Mr. Phillips, he's my teacher, so I've obviously met him. I see him every day. I see him Monday through Friday. So what is your best part of the day? It's literally like anywhere after 2:00. After school, man, I'm straight up chilling. I might be tired, but I'm straight up chilling. What is the best part of the day? It's like literally the afternoon. That's the best part. Anywhere after like 3:00, 4:00 on the weekends, that's really good. What is the biggest regret this week? What's the biggest regret this week? I think the biggest regret was me purchasing that hard drive and that RAM for my computer. I regret that. That was a terrible wreck. That was just that Monday was a big regret. That whole Monday was bad. I can't even. I'm gonna save the whole stuff about Monday, but Monday this week definitely was the biggest regret. How do you think the world will end? I think the world will end when the sun dies. I think when the sun dies, I think that's when the world's gonna end. But that's in like 3 billion years. So, what's the longest day you've gone without doing laundry? I don't know. Not commonly. Probably like 2 days, 3. What would you do? Oh, I've already answered that one. Do you follow your heart or your head? It's a mixture of both. I follow my heart for my passion, but at the same token, I follow my head, to know, okay, well, how can I make this into a career? I kind of have that fine line balance, so what would you like to do? Oh, yeah. So I'm getting some kind of like some repeats. What's the worst thing that you could say on a date? I think the worst thing you could ask on a date. to me, to be honest, is like so many questions. I don't like someone that asks a lot of questions. It's fine to ask questions, but like, don't ask a question every sentence. Like, ask a question, but then talk about your interests, talk about your careers. Like, try to talk about some things that are interesting, and like make goals together. Don't talk about like, what do you do in your free time? Like, don't talk about like, don't ask questions that are creepy and weird. Like, that's my thing. It's just don't ask too many questions. How do you like your cool eggs? I like mine scrambled. I love mine scrambled. What's the last thing that you do before you go to sleep? To be honest, the last thing, during the September, it would be editing the video, getting it uploaded to YouTube, and then watch YouTube and go to sleep. That's pretty much like, I think YouTube would be my thing before I go to bed. What would you be doing if you were not here right now? What would I be doing if I wasn't here right now? To be honest, if I didn't repeat first grade year, I would be actually graduated, and I probably would have been my first year of college, or I would have been my first year in the military. Yeah, I've been probably about to be in my. I would have been probably going right into my second year. Yeah, I literally would be like beginning my military. Well, to be honest, actually, I would have been chilling right now. What is your favorite day of the year? My favorite day of the year? So we must have me saying holiday here. I think my favorite holiday, bro, I gotta say Christmas, bro. Christmas is good. I love Christmas. Christmas, we're straight up chilling. Do you prefer a quiet night at home or going out to a big night party? I don't know. I'm on the fence. I really if it's like a lot of my homeboys, like if it's like my boy Dylan, my boy Joey, my boy Ryan, you know, you know, a lot of them, then yeah, I would go to a party. But if it's just like me and like another friend, then I kind of prefer a quiet night. I might like prefer to just watch YouTube and chill. If you choose an extra era to live in, what would it be? Ooh, dang, that's a tough one. Sorry, I'm just stretching. That's a tough one. To be honest, I would love to see what the 90s were like. Bro, I would love to see what the 90s were looking like. I would love to live in the 90s. I think that was a pretty cool era. What was your favorite subject in school? History. Pretty easy one. When you were younger, what did you want to be when you grew up? When I was younger, I think I wanted to be like a cop. I think I wanted to be a cop when I was younger. But my mom doesn't want me to be a cop. my mom really doesn't want me to become what was your first job? Line cook at Sonic. That was my first job. Job that I really regret. Would you rather be homeless for a year or be in jail? I'd rather be homeless for a year. To be honest, man, at least I won't have that on my track record. If you were asked to teach a class, what class would you teach? History. I love history. I love history. I could teach really anything of history. Like, give me a subject to teach and I'll teach it, man. Like, I'll literally do my research and I'll teach what they need to know. Would you rather be stuck in a house with someone you hate or be stuck in a house alone? Be stuck in a house alone. That would ruin my whole mood if I was stuck in a house with someone. What is your favorite children's book? One Fish, Two Fish, Three Fish, I think by Dr. Seuss. That's a very, very good book when I was a kid. If you were to go back in time and change one thing, what would that be? If I had to go back in time and change one thing for the betterment, I think I would change. I would kill John Wilkes, not John Wilkes Booth. I would kill Lee Harvey Oswald to make sure that he doesn't assassinate JFK. I think that would be so. I mean, to be honest, I wouldn't want to change that too. At the same token, I don't know if America would be the way it is if JFK was not assassinated. I don't know. I can't. To be honest, that's a tough one. Because, like, would you want to do that? I mean, because you might be changing something big. Are you an indoor or outdoor person? I'm an indoor. Describe your perfect woman. It says man/woman, so that means it's like, the perfect woman to me is someone that loves YouTube and sports. Like, if she loves YouTube and sports and she's sweet, like, lady, you just earned me. you know, that's the perfect woman to me. A woman that loves sports and YouTube. So that's my criteria. What is the biggest concern about my future? Definitely, I think the biggest concern for my future for YouTube is the stability. I think how stable will our job be? I think that's the biggest thing, and that's only with time that could come. You never know. YouTube might just like die tomorrow. Like YouTube might literally just crash tomorrow, and we won't know about it. I think that's the biggest concern is stability of my job. Can my job be stable for the next like 20, 30 years? So I think that's the biggest concern is stability and job opportunity for being in YouTube. What is your least favorite part of the day? I hate the morning. I hate waking up. I hate waking up. Waking up by far is the worst thing to do. Because then it's like, man, not only do you look like a zombie, but like you're like, I don't want to get up. I don't want to do anything. What is your best part of your day? I think I already answered that one. What is your favorite brand? I don't really like to wear a lot of stuff, but if I did have to go with it, I'd say Nike. Nike's pretty nice. If you found $100 in the ground, what would you do with it? All right, love you too. So, I'm sorry. So if there's $100 on the ground, what would you do with it? Well, to be honest, I would keep it. What would you eat? Food on the floor. All right, answer that. How long does it take for you to get ready? To be honest, it doesn't take too long. Because to be honest, like I'm tired and drowsy, so like I'll put on like deodorant and cologne, and they'll be like, "Yay, that's it." That's pretty much it. Why do you think I like have a scruff all the time? I don't really shave. Do you like to cook? Yeah, in certain aspects, I like to cook. It really depends what I cook. If it's like something that's gonna take a long time, not so much. If it's gonna be something that could take 5-10 minutes, count me in. What do you think is the best invention? Is the motion picture camera by not Thomas Edison, but by Louis the Prince. I give credit to Louis the Prince for being the first man to create motion pictures. Screw Edison. What is your favorite holiday? Oh, what up? You already know. I love myself some Christmas. What is your favorite party game or board game? Monopoly, man. Monopoly's pretty good. What countries have you traveled to? No, I haven't traveled to any countries. I've traveled to states, but countries, nah. Would you rather be poor or ugly? I mean, I don't know about that question. What was the last movie you saw? Last movie I watched? I think a movie in its entirety. was Black Panther. I think that was the last movie that I think I like fully watched. What is the best thing about your gen? Oh, I already answered that. Do you prefer? Oh, sorry guys. It felt like a bug just walked up my foot. Do you prefer to eat at home or eat out? Eat out. What do you do to stay in shape? Nothing. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not gonna answer that one. If you knew you couldn't fail, what would you do? I would, each month, and that's why, like I say, like I feel like there's still stuff to improve. Each month, I say, okay, how can I get better with my content? That's just the main goal. Is like, how can I get better? And I figure how to get better. So that's like how I know if I couldn't fail. What is my favorite place to shop? I love video game heaven. I can get some like classic PS2 games since I have the PS2. Which, fun fact, I need to get a new video capture. I think that might be on the next on my bucket list to get is a video capture. Would you be willing to reduce your lifespan by 10 years to become rich and famous? No. I know I can become rich and famous in other ways. Don't give your life to become rich and famous. How often do you use your phone? I already answered that one. If you could live anywhere on the world, where would you like to live? Oklahoma. And the reason why, very, very cheap rent. And very cheap houses, man. Like I think there's like might be some other factors into it, but like I'm gonna say, man, to live there, man, pretty cheap. What position do you usually sleep on? I sleep on my side. I usually like to sleep towards the wall. I don't like to sleep towards the TV. I like to, sometimes I'll sleep on my back. It just really depends. What kind of old person do you want to be when you grow up to become? I want to become that cool grandpa, bro. Like the grandpa that's shirtless and drinks beers, knows that he's going to die in the next 10 years. That was going to be me, man. I'm going to still be doing some YouTube videos and just pretty much talking about the most randomest crap being drunk. That's probably look forward to me when I'm in my 80s. What is your favorite song of all time? My favorite song of all time is definitely "The Show Must Go On" by Queen. Love that song. What is your favorite sports team? For baseball, I love the Baltimore Orioles. Hockey, I love the Norfolk Admirals. If I had to go with the college teams, my favorite one is for football, ODU. Same thing with basketball for college. And then for NFL, my favorite National Football League team is the Dallas Cowboys. So, yep, those are my teams. What is your biggest fear? My biggest fear is the dark. I hate the dark. What is your breakfast food? I like chicken sandwiches, like a small little chicken biscuit. I love those. Or a muffin. A muffin's pretty nice too. How would you define success? I would define success trial and error. You have to try something and fail at it to gain success. That's how I interpret success. Do you prefer talking over the phone or face to face? Face to face. If you could choose to have any useless superpower, what would you pick? The superpower to walk. Tell me about your dream house. My dream house, I just want a house that's like a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, at least like 1,700 square feet, and a good kitchen. There you go. There's my dream house. If you knew that you only had a year left to live, what would you do? As I said, I'll live life to my fullest. I'll do my normal routine. Wake up, do what I need to do. If I had to say like right now, go to school, just keep doing school, keep eating my normal schedule, do YouTube, you know. I just think I would live my normal ordinary life. Describe yourself in one sentence. I'm a person that adores and cares the people that are surrounded around me. There you go. That's me in one sentence. But what's the food do you like to snack on? I like to snack on chips. What's the biggest thing that you ever won? The biggest thing that I ever won is that I won an award certificate for best math aid student. That is the best thing that I've won. Do you believe in the afterlife? Yes, I do believe we go somewhere. I can't say heaven or hell due to religious. I don't like to force my religion or my religious views, but I do believe we go somewhere. If you knew you couldn't, I already answered that one. Have you ever been in love? Yeah, I could say I've been in love. If you could be invisible for one day, what would you do? I would mess with people, bro. I would mess with so many people. Like, I would literally go into a restaurant, pick up a spatula, and like flip burgers and just scare the living crap out of like the fast food employees, man. That's what I would do. I think that's going to be the podcast, guys. I think, I've pretty much bored you for a nice solid hour, but I hope you guys enjoy the podcast. And make sure you hit the like button. When you hit the like button, make sure you subscribe to the Outcast channel and become an outcaster yourself. But this is Dennis Nicholson signing out. Peace, Outcasters.